back everyone to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. It's time for Data to finally upgrade his sword. He'll be getting the Noble Sword, the level 2 sword, finally. His brother, Maverick, despite starting a day later, already has the level 2 sword. That's because in Oracle of Ages, you can get the level 2 Noble Sword before you enter the 5th dungeon. In Oracle of Seasons here, you're locked out of getting the last jewel that allows you to enter the area where the Noble Sword is located until after you defeat the 5th dungeon. The guy who holds the last jewel, the round jewel, he'll basically say like, you know, I only, you know, have something to give to the person who has these essences. And you have to have, like I said, the first 5 essences to get him to fork over his jewel. So, luckily he's pretty close by. He's near level 1, so we don't have far to go to get that last jewel. Although before we put that jewel and the other 3 jewels in the slots to open the way to where the Noble Sword is, we're going to do some farming. We're going to collect a bunch of our gacha seeds that we planted. Quite a few trees. Always want to harvest them before we head into the next dungeon. The next dungeon, the 6th dungeon, is located in the same area as where you would get the Noble Sword. So we'll basically make a beeline from once you get the Noble Sword, then we'll just head to that dungeon. So there's the last jewel location. Oh, Keeper of the Essences, I have awaited your arrival. I give you this. We got the round jewel. Nothing more to give. Be on your way. We will. Like I said, we're gonna go farming right now. So we got a lot of trees that we have planted in areas that aren't easily accessible. I'm gonna go grab this one going toward the final area in the game first. If from where I harvest this tree, if I headed up, there's a few gaps, 3 tile wide gaps, a few screens, well, one screen to the north, and then a few screens over to the east, that I could have theoretically made the jump with the Pegasus Seed and the Rock Feather, but they're both really, really tough, so I'm just going to play it safe and go the longer route to farm those 2 gacha trees that I planted up by the mountain to the west of Mount Goron. Gorons, that's what Maverick, he's been dealing with the Gorons in his past few episodes. We'll get a chance here to see our good buddy Ricky again. And once you really basically get through the first part where you need the animal companions, they're not really necessary anymore. There's always ways to go around. Like I said, we could have took that with the Rock Feather. We're gonna get an upgraded Rock Feather, the cape, just like the Mario Brothers cape in Super Mario World, that allows you to fly a little further. And that's, I guess, the way the game intends you to make these big jumps. There's always some way you can try to sequence make sure there's more pits like that over to the west. It's kind of tough to jump them. It is possible though. So let's plant another gacha seed. There we go. And we have another one already planted over here to the right. Let's go grab it. And good thing there we saw, we got our piece of heart. Spoiler, we'll also be getting the piece of heart from Maple. Basically, those are the 2 random pieces of hearts. Maple drops 1, and like I said, 1 will appear in the with a gacha seed. Well, we're gonna get them because the I'm basically gonna show you a way you can basically get basically farm Maple encounters if you've been watching Maverick's journey in Labrina, you can see he's been mainly farming Maple encounters on the way to Restoration Wall. There's those screens that are just so filled with enemies that pretty much just going through the screens will get you a Maple encounter as long as you have the Maple Ring equipped. Well, there's going to be a good place here where you can get Maple repaired very, very easily. So you fit all the jewels in, and then this gate opens up. We're in basically the Lost Woods, I think this is called. It's just a little puzzle that we have to basically choose all the seasons. Turn to the summer here first so that we can climb the vines. To get to that that staircase there, we have to turn it into fall to pick up those mushrooms. But you have to push this guy here, and that makes a little ladder appear over there. You're going to do a little bit of pushing here first. And we're going to change that season there to, we'll change it to winter eventually to reach that ladder. And also in the winter, we'll be able to push those almost statues. We got a glimpse of that little river there. And there was rocks where I'm pushing these two almost statues. And those rocks would prevent us from getting into the river, but once we put the almost statues there, they basically cover up those rocks. So now we can climb on top of those almost statues and avoid those rocks. That's the only way to get through those rocks. Change it to fall. Now we can pick these mushrooms up, and we'll go down here and we'll get a little clue on how to proceed through the woods to get the noble sword. Hit him twice. Bounce back. I'll show your face. Alright, let's talk with the Deku Squirrel. I surrender in turn. I offer my advice. If you are lost in the woods, travel west, then south, east, and north, taking each step in a warmer season. So that's actually, I misspoke there, that's actually the way to get to the next dungeon. We'll have another Deku Squirrel give us the directions to get to the noble sword. Yeah, basically, it's very similar. It involves changing the seasons around to a certain season, and then moving to a different screen based on the season. And both of them revolve around like the temperatures. The Deku Squirrel basically said, basically you have to go as the seasons get warmer. So winter is the coldest, then fall, then spring, then summer is the warmest. And here's we got a Maple encounter, like from all those enemies that Rocky defeated on the way to get the Goshage seeds. It's okay, Maple. We're gonna get back. Alright, let's burn down this bush. This is kind of an evil thing. These like-likes continuously spawn. So this guy is staring at my phonograph. If we play it, this is why we had to do that trading sequence. It'll teach you the way to see the spot. If temperature rises as you go forward to the west, you'll find it. And it is the noble sword. So I was saying these like-likes, they continuously spawn. So if you defeat one, a new one's gonna like just respawn. See as you're down there. So what we're gonna have to do is basically stun them here, then we can sneak in while they're stunned. Because if you keep just defeating them, then a new one will just come and you won't be able to get across. One will like take its place and eat your shield. So we make the temperature increase. So winter, then we go to fall, and then we just keep heading west. And then we'll do a similar thing with the seasons, but we're gonna go, west, south, east, north, and that'll get us to Dungeon 6, or the area where Dungeon 6 is. Now we're spring, now we just have to change it one more time to summer, and then we'll be ready to grab our noble sword. We got the sacred noble sword. At full power, it shoots beams that are as powerful as the level 1 sword. The level 2 sword also now can break pots and break signs. So let's go to where the next dungeon is. So once again we go winter, then fall, we head south, following that Deku Scrub's directions. Change to spring and then head east. And then change it to summer and head north. That'll open up a new area. So this is basically, that screen to the south is basically going to be farming maple encounters. Because those lifelikes keep appearing, they are a great place to just farm for maple. You defeat 30 of them, then you head to the screen to the side, to the east, and maple will appear. So this, there's an armor statue blocking there, so we have to get up there somehow. In order to get up to that area, we're going to have to change the season to a winter. There's going to be an out of reach ladder. Once again, when we have out of reach ladders, usually that means make it to be winter, because then a pile of snow will appear. But before it turns into winter, we want to change it to fall. As you see I'm doing here, that allows me to burn down this bush and get another Gasha seed, which is good because there's going to be a new place to plant a Gasha tree over to the east. So we have another warp point now, so we never have to go through that maze again. We just have that warp point to warp with the Gale seeds. So it's turned into winter. There we go. Still need a shield, even though we got like the level 2 shield now. But this, if we came over here in a different season, there's kind of a hint that there's soil there to plant a Gasha seed. There we go. Let's plant that Gasha seed we just got. Burn down some more bushes here. Not that we need to, but I was like just burn things down just to see if there's any secrets underneath. Ooh, I have to sort my shovel out. Can't defeat enemies with a shovel unless you're that one mini molten boss. Dungeon 3. Alright, let's head on up. Alright, we're gonna have to turn those into spring. Push that almost statue out of the way. And down here, turn into spring. That'll allow us to jump back up. And it also allows us to, those flowers will bloom, which means you can cut them down and basically burn down one of those bushes just screaming, secret, secret, secret. Well, this is a secret that you really don't want to uncover. But like I said, I want to show off everything, so I'm going to go to this guy anyway and see if the sword can cut down the pots and have him steal my money. Which stinks because after this I'm going to have to do a little bit of money farming. But I'll finish off that, at the end of the episode. So we just lost our money. The reason I want to farm that money is I want to end up clearing out the shop inventory, that special shop, to show off a new minigame again. Hehehe, data. Know this, foolish boy. If you save Dim, the world will be filled with destruction, sorrow and despair. A great sacrifice will be offered, and the evil king revived. Then people will know true pain as darkness falls across the land. Now, I bet it has like optional content, you won't actually fight the evil king unless you do like a linked game. Of course, I'll be doing linked games with both Data and Maverick. So yeah, basically what you have to do with it is after you defeat one game, go to the other game and use like the password, so you get like a kind of a new game plus basically. And more of the witch's plan and stuff is revealed. Yeah, you find out that these two witches are actually behind, you know, Baron the Sorceress and Onyx the Dark General, and they're basically using that for their own means. So then I just farmed a whole bunch of likes, and that basically summoned Maple. Now, when you're farming Maple here, if you're doing it in the fall, like how I'm doing it right here, you don't want to destroy or chop down any of these leaves, because there's some holes that are covered by the leaves. Remember, in the fall, you know, leaves can cover pits. That's how we got that one treasure chest next to where the kitty used to be, Mr. Whiskers. So here I can do a little bit more farming. And I basically farmed, it only took me like 2 more times to basically defeat those likes, and then until Maple appeared again. And boom, she dropped a heart container and a ring, and a potion. So wow, that was a really treasure-packed Maple. So now I'm just gonna dig up here. I've gotten lucky. I need 500 rupees. I got that 100 one right there, so that was nice. And this will allow me, like I said, to buy out that shop, the member shop in Holan Village. So let's head back there. And there's a new minigame that will open once we, you know, buy out all the shop. And it's a good way, I guess, you can get rupees and more rings. So, oh, that's a member card. You're a member card. You may continue to the rear. Okay, will do. Although the game is kind of hard, although it's kind of like a coin toss, basically, after the first turn. So we buy the Gasha Seed, the 500, we go back down. Now we got 2 treasure chests here, and it's a little game. We ran out of goods, so we're in a new line of business now. One out of 2 chests will have a treasure. You'll get a nice gift if you can open the right chest 3 times in a row. Each try costs 10 rupees. Okay. So the first one's really easy. All you have to do is look and see whatever chest he stares at longer is the one that's going to have the prize. And apparently it's the same way for both, but it's, like I said, it's so much harder to tell which one he looked at longer. So let's just play the game again, because, yeah, the first one, pretty easy. You can always tell easily which one he's looking at longer. Then, like I said, second and third, it's much harder to tell. So I can probably, like I said, off-screen playing that game a lot, and getting a whole bunch of rings. Easy way to get, like, rings. You don't have to go kill enemies, you don't have to farm Gasha Seeds, you don't have to, you know, plant stuff. So, real quick way. Well, isn't he a darling baby? Yep. Old Danny. Danny was Maverick and Data's father, so we named the baby Pippin and Blossom's baby after him. Alrighty, let's turn it to, well, it's already spring. We're good to go. So we can just take that flower up and go back to where that witch appeared to basically taunt us, and head into that tower. The ancient ruins. These are the ancient ruins that pirate captain spoke of. That he wouldn't talk to us, give us a quest until we were seasoned adventurer and proved our worth by venturing through some ancient ruins. Well, we'll be doing that in our next episode. So take care. Thanks for following along, and see ya next episode. Bye.